I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. In the winter time, we've got to watch for all types of precipitation to move in, and we want to share with you the different types of precipitation that can occur. Of course, you know about the snow and the rain, and we'll talk about that too. But more specifically, we really want to highlight that sleet and freezing rain. That's where we could look at some significant problems on the roadway. So we first start with rain. Anything that falls from the cloud initially is going to fall as a solid. So essentially it falls as a snowflake. But as you encounter a layer of warmer air, temperatures above 32 degrees, you go from a solid state to a liquid state all the way to the ground. That is essentially the pure form of rain. However, there's another part of rain where it can be below freezing, and we call that freezing rain. This is where you go from a solid state to a liquid state throughout a good portion of the atmosphere on its way to the ground level, and this layer of warm air is fairly deep in nature, but you get closer to the surface at the ground level. It's a shallow layer of colder temperatures below 32 degrees, so we go from a solid to a liquid in the warmer air, but once it comes into contact with the ground, if those temperatures are below freezing, that'll lead to that liquid becoming ice upon contact with the ground. That's why we talk about bridges, overpasses, elevated surfaces freezing a lot quicker sometimes than the ground level. But if all of that is below freezing, this turns into a sheet of ice. So freezing rain is the worst because that can lead to significant power outages, especially if the ice buildup continues to occur. So we also deal with sleet. Sleet is more so like ice pellets that fall down from the sky. You have a narrower layer of warmer air, so you go briefly from a solid to a liquid, but it doesn't have enough time to completely go back to a solid state before making it to the ground. So as that colder air falls, it refreezes upon contact, becoming more like ice pellets as it reaches the ground. That can accumulate too, and as those bundle together, it can lead to some ice accumulation and some buildup. That too can lead to some significant problems. And then finally, for all snow, you just need your temperature below 32 degrees across the entire column of air, and that's where snow accumulation can occur. Don't forget though, with snow, sometimes you either have a dry, powdery snow or a more dense, thicker snow that can lead to some more significant snow accumulation. So there's some different parts to that snow that we have to take into account. But more specifically, these types of precipitation is always key when we're looking at winter weather forecasting. Just a couple of degrees at the surface or even a couple of thousand feet up can make a significant difference in what type of precipitation we see, especially when we're looking at the threat of snow, sleet, or freezing rain. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell.